everyone, and welcome to Storytime Family. Today we're going to read Peter and the Seal by Rick De Haas. Let's begin, shall we? Peter and the Seal. It was a warm day. Peter was hiding out in the shade. "Why don't you go boating?" said Grandma. "It must be cooler on the water." "What a good idea," thought Peter. "Come on, Leo." Peter and his dog ran to the jetty where Peter had anchored his little submarine. "Be back in time for dinner," called Grandma. It was nice and cool on the water and the sea was perfectly calm. "Pull your head in, Leo," said Peter. "We're going to dive." As peaceful as it was above the surface, it was busy underwater. Little sardines, starfish, and all kinds of animals Peter didn't even know by name lived there. Above them, the sun was shining on the water. "Look," said Peter, "there's a bird swimming above us. It's a gull." But when you're in a submarine, you also have to look where you're going, especially when the tide is out. Whoosh! With a soft scraping sound, the submarine ground to a halt. "Oh no," said Peter, "we've bumped into a sandbank." When the water went down, Peter and Leo got out of the submarine. Peter tried to push the little boat. "It's completely stuck," he said. "We'll have to stay here overnight. Tomorrow we can get away when the high tide comes in, but Grandma will be so worried." Together, Peter and Leo explored the sandbank. "We're not alone here," Peter said. "Look, there's a crab, a few mussels, and a raised egg." Nighttime came. The summer sky was clear and full of stars. Peter took a sleeping bag out of the submarine. "Will you come and sit with me, Leo?" he asked. "Look, a shooting star. Quick, make a wish." But Leo didn't make a wish. He was growling and looking into the darkness. Peter saw the light of the lighthouse in the distance. "Grandma must be having dinner now," he thought, "and my bed will be empty tonight." Leo jumped down from the submarine onto the sand. "What is it? What are you doing?" asked Peter. Then he heard it too. There was a shuffling sound in the water just beyond the light of the submarine. "Maybe we should go to sleep now, Leo. It will be morning soon, and then we can go home." Quickly, they jumped into the submarine. Peter closed the hatch. "We won't open it till tomorrow morning," he said. "Nothing can happen to us." Inside the submarine, Peter kept some food for emergencies. A roll of crackers and a bottle of lemonade. "Would you like something to eat, Leo?" he asked. But Leo didn't want a cracker. He pricked up his ears. "You're so restless," said Peter. "I'm going to sleep now. Good night." Suddenly, the submarine moved. It toppled over, first only halfway, and then with a bang, completely on its side into the wet sand. Peter, Leo, and everything went flying around. "What's this?" Peter called out. "We have to find out what happened." He grabbed his flashlight and opened the hatch. Peter shone his light outside the submarine. A crab walked through the beam of light. "Hey you!" Peter called out with a brave voice. "Did you push us over?" Suddenly he heard the shuffling sound again. Leo started to bark loudly. Peter shone his light behind the submarine. Could there be a big submarine toppling monster? "Look," said Peter. "A baby seal. Are you all by yourself? Where is your mother?" The little seal was squeaking softly. Peter lifted him up and took him inside the submarine. "Are you hungry?" he asked. "Would you like a cracker?" Leo sniffed at the baby seal. "Shh," Peter said softly. "He smells like fish, but we won't mention it because it wouldn't be polite." The little seal wagged his tail and looked around with his big seal eyes. "Come sleep here tonight," said Peter. "Good night." Finally, the sun started to rise. Peter and Leo worked hard. They dug a big hole behind the submarine and they attached ropes to the side and then pulled hard. The baby seal helped too, a little bit. The tide was coming in. The water was rising and rising. Then, with a soft sigh, the submarine was lifted up from the sand. "Come with us," Peter said to the baby seal. "I bet you're a good swimmer, but you're too small to stay behind on your own. Grandma will know what to do about you." The engine started and Peter accelerated. Suddenly he longed very much to see the lighthouse and Grandma. Then he heard something above him. "Hey, Gal," he called. "Would you like a cracker?" In less than 15 minutes they saw the jetty. It looked very crowded. Peter saw Grandma. "Hello, we're back," he called. The baby seal also popped his head out. "Look," said Peter, "there's someone waiting for you too. I told you Grandma always has a solution for everything." The end. And that was Peter and the Seal by Rick De Haas. Thank you for joining us in this story. Hope you enjoyed the story and give us a like and subscribe. Bye.